3, 2, 1.
That's good.
Hello, and welcome to the
Lux,
podcast. My name is Kevin Barco, and this is
Piotr, Peter.
And we got a guest today.
We do.
What's your name?
Natalia. Hello, guys.
I like to call her stepsis, by the way.
Natalia, Natty P. Don't listen to him.
What do you prefer?
Whatever you guys want. It's fine.
Nicole's going to be upset if you don't say Natty P.
It's Natty P, guys. Back again.
So what do you do, Nat? Or Natty P, my bad. Or stepsis.
I am a licensed esthetician. I do things from laser hair removal to facials to cool sculpting to cryotherapy, all the good stuff.
I don't even know what half this stuff is.
Neither do I. It doesn't, yeah.
All in the aesthetic field to make you look cute and gorgeous all the time.
Okay, let's transition this into the topic. Okay, this is still going off of who you are. What would, at this specific time, what would be your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Your favorite song and artist.
So my favorite song isn't by my favorite artist. So
it doesn't have to be a favorite artist, but like favorite song at the moment.
My favorite song is Up by Designer. If you've never heard of it, it's pretty much a guy just talking about getting rich and just like having this hustle.
I gotta listen to it.
I haven't even listened to that either.
I might have to listen to
Okay, but what's it called? To go off of that now, would you consider Designer as a celebrity?
Yeah. I mean,
why?
I guess he's known. He's had a couple viral songs. He's saying he produced that song Panda or what? Panda.
That
song, yeah. But yeah, because he's known. I guess that's how I would determine if he's a celebrity.
Okay, so then off of that, Peter, this is where you can also chime in.
Okay.
But what would your definition of a celebrity be?
That's good.
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
You and Peter, both.
A celebrity is anybody in the public eye, whether it's somebody who's an influencer, like someone on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, and not just somebody who produces an actor, not just an actor or a singer, but like all that stuff.
Peter?
No, I feel the same way. Like anyone that has attention, like lots of it from people, like all over. I feel that's more like a celebrity. Like you can't be whatever. You could honestly you could be making newspapers and you could be a celebrity. You get me? Like,
yeah, you could be somebody
like
who's...
one category.
See, that's why I want to backpack off of you, but also do have a question based off of your thing as well. So basically you're saying it could really be anybody?
It could be anybody. It could be us. Like some people
that is true.
might say we're a celebrity to them.
So then what if, like you just said, like anyone that's known, okay?
No. Yeah, pretty much.
So why can't you be a celebrity then?
I mean, I could be in someone's eye. You get me?
Exactly, because you're known by how many people? Who knows? Probably even thousands at this point. You generally don't know.
I mean, I've seen lots of people.
Either way, you're still known by so many people.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know what is like the threshold where like it transfers over from being like a regular person over to celebrity. And then to backpack off of Natty P's definition, I want to say, what if, so Nat said like off of like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all these other like social media places. What if there's no social media?
How would you
consider them a celebrity?
I guess.
My guess probably news.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, besides even like that, even
the
like
news and like what
TikTok,
they do.
Besides anything that is media type.
How would you know?
How would you know if they were someone famous?
Probably word of mouth, honestly. But you wouldn't know if they're actually famous because
I feel like if I went, like if I stumbled upon somebody who's like famous, I probably wouldn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Because like you have to think about it. Like sometimes you go out in public and someone will be like, "Oh, do you know who that is?" Like blah blah blah. I'm like,
no,
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess by word of mouth.
Because then it's just like, to me, yes, okay, there are celebrities in this world, okay, like you have like Kim K, okay?
Yeah.
Just for example, you have Kim K, you have Ariana Grande. You have now the YouTube celebrities, which is like Steve Will Do It, the Nelk Boys.
Yeah.
You also have like
Addison Rae.
Recent fame. Yeah.
Addison Rae now. You have also Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say their names. I don't even know.
All
You had all of them. Okay, they made all their money off of their, I want to say, looks, honestly.
Possibly.
Because, well, Kim K not so much. She had one viral video. That's why. That's what made her.
I feel like people like they found out about them, I guess, by the attention they were having by others, and maybe their looks, like that's what drew more people in, and then they realized what they were actually like doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I want to say. But still continue basically off of what you're saying. You said, okay, you're known by people. Okay, known by a lot of people.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Okay. This is not to gloat or anything, but both of you do know about my video.
Yeah.
Okay, the video that's got over 10 million views already, I'm pretty sure altogether.
Maybe even more.
Why wouldn't that consider me a celebrity then?
A one-hit wonder.
A one-hit wonder? Oh, okay. So then what about all the other one-hit wonders, but everyone still knows them?
Yeah.
They know them, but they eventually, I feel like they forget it. Like, they don't think about them as much. They kind of, like, forget about them.
But they're still known.
They're still known, but not as much.
And then, according to Peter's description of a celebrity,
they're still a celebrity. I feel like that would count.
Still are.
I feel like that would count because let's say, just after that video, let's say you gained someone's eye, right?
Okay.
If, let's say, you started doing more videos like that or whatever, I feel like that person that, you know, like, watched you or whatever might actually spread your name out. You get me? He might, or she may post you on their, like, story or something, and you could go viral again, and you might stay up there. You get me?
Exactly.
But how about this? Is a celebrity somebody who's famous or somebody who's successful? Is that something that determines who would be a celebrity?
I think you could be a celebrity without being successful, to be honest.
Without having all like that fame.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it is both,
money.
honestly. Because successfulness, okay, you have like Bill Gates, you have Jeff Bezos, you have Elon Musk, you have all those people that are really successful, okay? But then also the fame-wise, who actually takes credit for both of them, actually, I would say, the most out of all of them, would be Elon Musk. Because obviously he has the Twitter. He controls crypto.
Yeah.
Okay, no matter what. Then everyone, like Jeff Bezos wise, like Bill Gates wise, I wouldn't say they're more so, like, yes, they're known by millions upon millions, maybe even billions of people, okay, in this world. But I wouldn't say they take as much of that, like, not credit, but like I don't know what the word would be basically, but basically towards them as much as Elon Musk does. Yeah. Okay, that's like my idea, I would say, of like. I really don't know where I'm going with this actually.
No, I feel like they are. Like to some people they fall under like the celebrity category, but they're more like, to me in my eye, they are celebrities, but they're more businessmen or businesswomen. You get me? They're more business related.
Yes.
Like that's why people know them, because let's say Elon Musk, his brand Tesla. You know, like Elon through Tesla. Like that, some people might not even know, but like I'm sure most of the world knows that already.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I feel like that's why might be a celebrity. I mean, I don't know how you categorize that. You get me? Exactly, to a point.
What would you consider celebrities have very like standout physical traits, physical characteristics, or no?
I don't know. Maybe
like
not.
Attractiveness?
Not attractiveness, but like it could be attractiveness, but it could also be physical characteristics, because attractiveness also depends on the person's type.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, what do you mean by physical characteristics?
Skin color, the body shape, male or female, hair, everything and anything.
Certain.
I gotta take a shot.
He already said it. Anything and everything.
We keep going now.
I forgot what the question was.
So basically, physical characteristics of a celebrity.
Is there? I don't really think there's physical. I guess the only characteristics I could give them is like, if you think about a celebrity, the first thing you think about is if when they go out, they can't, like, paparazzi's all up on them. They can't, like, do normal things, say, like, we would be able to do is, like, go to the store like normal people.
Yeah, they can't.
Without having people being like, can I take a picture? Can I do this? Blah, blah, blah.
But did you know that actually paparazzis are brought there by their managers, basically?
I heard that, like, you can call in and be like, oh, like, this person is here.
Yeah.
And then they show up there.
Why do you think we haven't heard from or anything for the past over a year from Post Malone? You haven't seen any pictures from him.
That's
you haven't seen
true.
anything because his manager hasn't said anything, obviously. Well, he hasn't said anything to his publicist, my bad. Not manager, but most likely publicist. But that's because the celebrities still want the attention. That's because they're attention hungry. They have an ego to feed all the time, no matter what.
Yeah, because the more that they're in the public eye, the more, like, people look at them, and, like, they'll notice the stuff that they do. Like, if they have, say, like, wasn't there, like, a thing with Kanye West, like, Kim did, like, a whole paparazzi shoot with his clothing or something like that, his new season of clothing or something like that.
I think I heard of that.
And then, so basically she would just change she'd figure out where the paparazzi was, or I guess call them, and she would just change her clothes, and then they'll take a picture, and then they'll post it up to, like, all these, like, newspapers and stuff, and they'll post pictures on it and be like, oh, that's the new Yeezy line. Yeah.
Okay, but what do you think what do you guys think would actually happen to these celebrities if no one actually paid attention to them? No one gave them attention.
In public? Like a public
not even
eye?
In public, like over social media. What if as I said before, if social media wasn't a thing, no one paid attention to them in the public eye,
nowadays,
in person. What do you think would actually happen to them?
They would have a great mental status, that's for sure.
But, like, nowadays, I feel like you would just be a normal person. I feel like you
just be
might
considered
not even be
normal.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why, to the point of the main topic of this episode, which is idealizing celebrities. Okay. Yeah. One celebrity in particular, which is very recent in the news for a very very bad reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know exactly
what I think. Attention, yeah.
Would be Travis Scott.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Travis Scott with his Astroworld. Mm-hmm. Astroworld, not dilemma, but basically tragedy.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
What are you guys' opinions on that?
I think that's a crazy thing, honestly. That stuff should never happen.
I've seen a lot of TikTok videos on that, just seeing, like, the fans' point of view, and seeing that they're literally crushed. Like, it's insane. Like, imagine it, like, you're somebody who's, say, like, 5 foot tall, and you're standing next to, like, 6 foot 5'8" people, and, like, all these people are pushing towards the front row. Sorry. All these people. I was wondering what that was. All these people are like pushing you towards the front row. Like, you're getting crushed. You're getting suffocated. You're not even getting fresh air.
Okay, so basically, one of my good friends, his name is Kuba Revish, he sent me a TikTok today. As you guys know, I get a lot of my information from TikTok, but this is from a actual nurse that was at the actual event. And so in the editing, I'm gonna show it, but basically, I'm gonna show you guys right now on full volume. Just listen to it. It's about a minute long.
I was one of the EMTs that worked at the Astroworld event. Quick disclaimer, I'm gonna give absolutely no names, no company names, nothing like that, nothing to disclose or put anyone in jeopardy. Me and my partner, let's just say Medic 1, me and Medic 1 were stationed at the entrance of Astroworld. About 30 minutes into Travis Scott's set, they called us saying, hey, we need backup by the stage. So me and Medic 1 arrive at the front of the crowd to Medic 2, Medic 3. They're like, hey, I have people, come with me. And so we walk through the VIP section down the middle of the crowd. As soon as we get past the VIP section and really shoulder to shoulder in the thick of the crowd, there was a couple people that kind of grabbed onto my shoulder and was like, hey, there's a girl passed out over here. So me and Medic 1 separate from Medic 2 and 3. They go on their call. We go on this new one. This girl's laying down, and me and Medic 1 are asked, what's going on? And one of the people says that, oh, she's been down for 10 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm thinking, damn it, how has no one done anything? Just let her lie on the ground for 10 minutes. So I get down there, check her pulse and breathing, do my whole ABCs check. And she has no pulse, no breathing. which means she could have not been breathing with no pulse the whole 10 minutes. She's been sitting there for 10 minutes, probably no pulse, no breathing, no oxygen to her brain. I can't just throw her over my back and escort her out of the crowd because it was a 5-minute hike into this damn crowd. So I tell Medic 1, hey, I'm going to come back for you. I'm going to grab a crash bag. So I get out of the crowd and I grab my one crash bag, which was a huge mistake. I had no clue what I was getting into. So on my hike back into the crowd with my crash bag, at the halfway point, right here, I find another medic performing CPR. I get down, I'm like, hey dude, where's your partner? What's going on? And he's like, I don't know, man. I just saw this person who's no pulse, no breathing. I just started CPR. I don't know how I'm gonna get him out. In EMS, you have to complete your first call before you can assist on any other ones. And so I was like, okay, look, I'll come back for you too. I need to go to my original guy. So I head out. And then in the middle point between the midpoint and my end point right here, I find a third person performing one-man CPR on another man. And I get there, I'm like, hey, what's happening? Where's your partner? And they're like, they're taking care of another unconscious person. I need to do one-man CPR. I don't know how I'm getting this person out of here. So here I am presented with 3 different EMS personnel providing one-man CPR on 3 different patients, completely isolated from each other, no backboard, no way of getting out.
I refuse.
And I'm just like, God damn it.
I refuse to believe that anybody in Travis Scott's like work party crew didn't notice anything, or Travis Scott himself. I refuse to believe that he really didn't know.
I've seen other TikToks of people actually going up to the people on the cameras, telling them to tell basically everyone in the team, stop the show. There are people dying. There are people passed out and everything.
They climb on the
they
camera
didn't do anything.
towers.
They're like, okay,
They would
and just keep going.
Yeah.
That's basically what they were like. Then at the same exact time, there are people climbing on top of the go-karts, because I'm pretty sure, was it
They're like the golf
Yeah, the
carts,
golf
but they were
carts
doing CPR on the bottom of them.
No, not even that. People just climbing on top of the golf carts that were the ambulances,
Trying to
basically.
flag people down.
And instead of moving out of the way, they'd get on top of it and start raging to...
Yeah, I saw that. I saw, but the under what's going on in the golf cart, or whatever, the ambulance or whatever, there's like, you see in the video, there's people like performing CPR on somebody. And that actually video, I saw a TikTok on it, and that same guy they were doing CPR on in that video passed away. But like, even when you watched him performing and people were recording it, you can hear in the crowd, they're like, people are stop the show, stop show, like people are dying. So like, I don't understand, but like, it's not like you're in like a, say like Madison Square Garden where like all you see is like phone lights.
Yes.
This is like a park event.
Yes.
And he's standing on like, there's this one video on TikTok where he's like, oh, there's an ambulance, blah, blah. And then he's like, all right, put
He
your
waits
hands
a couple seconds and then
he's like, all right, everyone's
everyone
hands
put your hands
inside.
up.
Yeah. And I'm like, in that moment, you should be like, you see that the ambulance can't even get through. You should be like, stop. Like,
Stop.
as like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Stop the show, let the ambulance get through, and then, I don't know,
There's people going on stage, getting pushed off stage.
I didn't even see that.
There was, I think, medical staff approach him from the back, and he was performing at the time, and he literally like showed his hand to them that they can't come closer to him, and they had to leave. And they were trying to inform him about what was going on to, stop the show, but he didn't acknowledge anything. He was just in his own world.
Wait, there was it was 2 people on stage trying to go up to Travis, right?
Yeah, but they were part of the staff. They weren't like random people.
Oh, okay. So I thought they were just... No, I didn't think they were random people. I thought they were part of his team. But I just
It could have
didn't
been
know
that,
anything.
but the TikTok I saw, they said that there's like staff members or something.
I generally don't know.
Either way, it's...
This is why I generally think this whole entire thing, it could have been... it could have ended a lot better than it actually did.
Maybe it could have been avoided, but it could have been a lot better.
The way that Travis handled this was honestly the worst that anyone could have done. If you look at, I'm pretty sure, I remember seeing in one of the comments of these, Billie Eilish had something similar. But not with as many people.
Right.
Okay, but one person or in like the audience actually passed out. She stopped the whole entire concert just because that one person passed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
a lot of performers have been posting like videos, and they're like, oh, or now after the event and they're performing, things are happening, like making sure their crowd is okay, obviously to avoid something like that from happening ever again.
And now that you see, what's it called? I'm pretty sure this was in Houston or like in Texas, something, because all I've been seeing is that the fact that the Houston police or something in Texas, I'm pretty sure, the police force over there is in full contact and is working with Travis Scott to figure out what happened and everything like that. When obviously a lot of this could have been avoided.
It's either that or like Atlanta. It's somewhere over there. Yeah.
A good amount of this could have been avoided.
Oh, for sure.
I saw an article where some fans are actually suing Travis and Drake because they said that once he pulled out Drake, that's when all the chaos started.
Yes, 100%. Because obviously, as we were talking about before, two big celebrities in the public eye, everyone wants to get as close, but then again, they're idealizing them to as in gods, to the point where basically
they're like acting like animals.
So okay, what's gonna happen if you touch them? What's gonna happen if you speak to them? Nothing. You're gonna still be the same exact person. Oh wow, you're gonna have clout. Be like, yeah, I talked to Drake. Okay, cool. And
no one cares,
what's gonna happen with that? You can't do anything. You touched him. Okay, wow. Look, I'm touching Peter right now. Same exact thing. You're touching another human being. It doesn't matter.
If you think about like people's like reactions to when they see like a celebrity, there's those people who like go crazy and they act like they've never seen a person before.
Exactly.
And then there's those that are like, oh hi, like how are you? Like obviously inside, obviously inside they're like acting like crazy, like oh my god, like inside, but like outside they're not like that because.
But still, they're human beings. We are all human beings. We are all created with the same exact DNA, except changed up a little bit because that's how we're all different. And that's it. There's nothing else different besides skin color and everything. Skin color, hair, a body type. But then again, that is decided by you.
Yeah, we're all people.
We're all the same human being. Okay? Which makes no sense to the fact of why people actually idealize these celebrities as gods to the point where I would die for them, and they actually would die for them.
They'll get like tattoos of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, it's insane.
It makes no sense why, to me at least.
I mean, I guess to some people, like maybe they change their life, but like to that type of extent, I think that's a little too much.
Okay, they change their life.
Yeah, I understand. Like if you listen to a song and it makes you feel better than what you did.
Okay,
but that's something else compared to like physically.
That's mentality.
Yeah,
not physically being like oh my god, like I would actually die for you, like I would take a bullet for you.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
There shouldn't be one artist unless you're family with them or like really, really fucking close with them, okay, that you would actually take a bullet for them.
Oh, exactly.
Like, yes, you don't want them to die, obviously, but at that point, you don't know them, okay? You know their songs, you know their whatever they're advertising.
Yeah,
okay, you know that. That's all you know about them. Okay, yes, you could read up articles like on magazines like what they're like, but still that does not translate into anything about how they would actually be to you in person. Which makes no sense.
Half of these celebrities, when you meet them, they're not even like nice.
Exactly.
Most of them are like really rude.
But I wonder why is that? Like, did fans change their vision on what it was?
Don't get me wrong. I'd probably be so annoyed.
Yeah.
Like if it's like I couldn't like catch up, like it's always constantly something. I couldn't be like alone. When you're like alone, nobody bothering me.
Can't.
But like, I don't know. Like you'd probably lose your mind too. But everybody's watching every little thing that you do, and nitpicking but like still.
You gotta hide yourself from the world, literally. You gotta walk around with security just so your whole family and friends are fine. Like, it's crazy. But I don't get why people are so attached to, like, artists or celebrities in that type of way. Like, that's obsessive.
That's very obsessive.
Don't get me wrong. There's some celebrities where I would say, oh my god, I would go crazy. Whatever, if I saw them. But like obviously I wouldn't. It's just what I say. Inside I would go crazy, not like literally go crazy.
Exactly. But some people would literally go crazy.
For me, it's like, okay, like as we were talking about before, like yes, okay, they might have changed your life. They might have saved your life for some specific reason. Yeah. But that's only the music wise. They're using those lyrics. Okay, they're writing those lyrics obviously to rhyme. Okay, at the end of each one, obviously, because that's what every single songwriter does. Yeah, that's for songs. Obviously,
exactly, yeah.
Artists for like actual paintings, okay, they portray what they're feeling into it, okay. For anything else, save myself. But for anything else, it's the same exact way. They're just portraying how they're feeling at that moment of what they're doing. Okay.
To make it relatable.
Yeah.
To make it relatable to the people. To make it relatable to the people that are actually listening to them, to all their fans and everything. So, to what extent does that make actually like not a regular person, but like a regular like hardcore fan make them be like, oh, like actually end up dying for you?
Yeah, crazy. I don't know.
No.
I really don't know.
It's not worth it. It's so sad to hear about what happened at Astroworld.
Yeah.
Like a lot of deaths could have been prevented.
Yes.
Injuries. You just watch like your whole TikTok feed is like full of like everybody's experience, and it's just like
everyone's
you could just tell like the vibes in those videos is just like it's just off, and it's just so sad. And
that video I played, there's 3 parts to it. I only played the first part. He goes on to talk about how every single time that he goes up to another person, like to the person that he was supposed to go to, okay, there ends up being another person. Another person.
That's why
there in total, I believe there's at the end actually he says there was a decent amount of like actual like medics between like SWAT medics like actually being there. Like he said that anyone under the sun within the vicinity, within I think like a 25-mile vicinity or maybe 15-mile vicinity, were actually there, like all the medics. But basically, he was saying that him himself only saw 4 or 5 people completely down, no pulse, okay? And there's only 8 deaths. There's definitely more than what actually is actually being said.
Hopefully that's
hopefully it's wrong, yes.
Yeah.
But based off of what he's saying, the fact that he was one person just walking around, medic, one person walking around.
This person's down.
And he kept on saying that the fact that whenever he's walking around to the next person, people are actually tugging on him, saying, oh, over here, there's another girl down. There's another girl down. Every single 5 seconds, basically.
That's crazy.
There's someone tugging on him saying, oh, there's another person down.
That's so sad, yo.
Like, there were literal stampedes. Like, people were walking on one another. Like, people fall to the ground, like, they're just stepping on them, like they're trash or whatever. Like, that's so messed up. Like, what? You see a person on the floor, you're not gonna walk right over them.
Obviously, but
some people don't even
think like that.
What is in your mind that you think you should walk over somebody, literally step on them, like they're a rug on the floor?
Yeah, but
like, they were like climbing over like fences because apparently he said, I don't know if it was this event or what.
He got charged for that.
He said that fans should like sneak in or something like that.
He got charged for that.
I don't know if it was this event or whatever.
It was the last one.
But anyway, like even then, that's an example. Like you're telling your friends to sneak into a show, climb over fences. People are literally booking it to the fence, climbing over and then booking it to wherever the heck he is. And it's like, that's like an example. Like,
it's setting a bad example.
Setting a bad example. Like you're telling your fans, like, oh, do that. Yeah. Instead of be doing the X, Y, and Z to be safe.
Yeah. No, he got charged for that. I don't remember how much he got charged, but he had a festival. It wasn't just him. And he told everybody to jump over the fences. If you can't afford it, if you don't want to pay, just jump over the fences and go in. And that's when they, like, I guess the whole fan group raided the whole event. And he got charged for saying that because he said it at a concert, somewhere on air, something like that. And he got charged for that.
I saw, there was this one other thing that I don't know what event this was, and he just crowd surfed or whatever, he jumped in the crowd, and some kid took his shoe.
He stopped the whole entire show. And he stopped
the show for a shoe, and apparently he told the crowd, oh, beat that kid up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. I don't know if it's true, though. Apparently the kid died or he got really injured. I don't know if it's true. That's what I read in the TikTok comments. But, like, still, like, over a shoe. Meanwhile, you couldn't stop the show for people that were dying.
Exactly. Millions of dollars, yeah.
A freaking shoe that you could literally, that's probably worth nothing to you.
Okay, what about his apology on Instagram?
I didn't read that one.
I honestly didn't read it because it's probably something that's very generic. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Probably something like that along the lines.
Supposedly he reimbursed everybody for the event, which I don't know if that's...
I know that he was paying for the cost for the funerals for those who passed away. I know that.
Okay, as he should, but still.
Yeah, but that's not...
They shouldn't have happened.
No, I know it shouldn't have happened, obviously. But, like, it's like... the bad tragedy that happened for Ariana Grande, where there was a shooter and it killed so many people and injured.
But still, I feel like that's completely different.
It is completely different, but it's not her fault at all.
But she took the blame for it. But
still, like, I don't know.
Which, as like a good Samaritan,
she did.
It's like, obviously that was not her fault. Her fault whatsoever, but still, like, celebrities should still look at that as like, well, that could happen, or stuff, people get hurt and injured. Like, you should take that and kind of put it into your performance and stuff. Like, just look at your growth from that.
Expand.
Obviously, you never know what the hell's gonna happen when you're performing.
So for Travis Scott's
but I feel like your eyes should always be like this when you're performing, like on everything.
Yes, but for Travis Scott's apology on Instagram, I honestly skipped through it. Because as soon as I started watching it right in the beginning, you could tell. I don't know if I just because I have like a sixth sense or something, but you could generally just tell
that it's just cold
from the beginning of the video that it's fake. Yeah. Okay. Like, yes, he posted it. He's the one that recorded it. It's not genuine at all. It's like the way that he was talking. Okay, with the amount of people that actually passed away. And he's just there to be like, oh yeah, like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 all this other stuff. It's not genuine at all. Like, he doesn't care. That's genuinely how I feel off of the apology that he actually posted. Right. Yeah. Which makes no sense.
There's this, I don't know if you guys know the talk show, The Real. So basically, it's a group of women who just talk about, certain topics and whatever. Yeah. So obviously the Astroworld tragedy was a topic, and I don't know if you guys know who Adrienne Bailon is. No. She was on the Cheetah Girls, and she used to date Rob Kardashian way back when. Okay. So pretty much she's a performer herself, and the other group of women besides her were obviously saying like this could have been prevented and all that stuff. Meanwhile, she was pretty much saying how as a performer, like, you don't know what's going on, like, you can't hear anything. So she was defending him, and you could tell that the other women that were in that talk show, they were like, no, like, I don't believe that,
Okay, but still at the same exact time, even the medics weren't able to hear anything. Because that one medic that posted the video, he goes on to say in one of the other videos, I forgot to say about this, that the music was so loud that whenever he was trying to use the walkie-talkie to contact other more medical people to come by, they couldn't hear him. Yeah, it wasn't even working.
You can see.
There's also theories of them saying that they were blocked out. They blocked out the cellular like in the actual area, just because no one at the actual festival was able to use the internet, which is just like, what actually happened? That's like a conspiracy, obviously, yes, but no one knows if that's true or not.
Yeah, but you can see. Like,
exactly, no. Travis was on top of the stage. He saw the ambulance golf cart coming in. Like, he stopped for a couple seconds, and he's like, everyone raise your hands.
Yeah. Exactly, so that's why I don't believe that he didn't. Maybe he didn't know, like, exactly what was going on.
But there's people going on stage, like, even... like fans or whatever were going on stage trying to stop it, and they were getting literally pushed off the stage.
People going up to the cameraman,
everything,
and trying to stop them.
It's just like,
when you have this many different factors trying to stop you, you should take the hint. Okay, just stop.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, what's a minute gonna do, or something like that.
What's a minute gonna do?
Exactly.
And it's like, in that moment, that's like the prime video that just shows he knew something was going on, because you saw in the video, the ambulance couldn't get through.
Exactly.
At all. So he should, in that moment, should have been like, everyone stop, move the fuck over.
Exactly.
And then let the ambulance do what they gotta do.
But see, this is why I also feel like, honestly, it's 65-75% Travis Scott's fault. But then the other 40 to 25% is part of the crowd's fault as well. Because obviously we've just been in COVID for the past year. No one was. Well, you were allowed to leave the house, yes, but like not like you can't do most things. There's no festivals, there's no concerts, no nothing. And then Travis holds this, okay. Yes, like he held it because obviously he wants to make money, he wants publicity, he wants everything, he wants attention. But what's it called? People don't know how to act after that point. Okay, they're not used to this type of human interaction of like a year without concerts.
Yeah,
okay,
that's crazy.
That's
like
that.
it depends on like the people. Obviously, like if you've been to a concert every single year of your life, at least one or multiple of them in like every single year of your life, comparing to people that was their first concert or first festival, whatever, and obviously it differs from there basically of like what you're going to be like, because then you're more used to it, you're more not to. But then at that point, you're back from COVID. No one's been to any concerts, no one's been to any festivals, no one's been to any type of events for the past year and a half, 2 years possibly. And everyone's acting like that, jumping on top of I'm just gonna keep on saying the ambulance golf carts, jumping on top of that, everything. Dancing on top of it. Yeah. Okay. You're stomping over people like it's a rug. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're basically killing people at that point. Like they don't know how to act. They're just back to being.
Well, who knows if they were drugged up? They would, like, you know what I mean? Like
no one knows.
So even though if Travis was sober doing a concert, no one knows.
But still, the thing is, what's it called? When being high, you still have a sense of what's gonna happen.
Depends on what kind of high you are.
When you're drunk, you still have a sense of what you're going to do.
Not some people. Not everybody's different, though. You gotta think
that's a whole entire different topic.
Not everybody's the same once they're intoxicated
and
with something.
The same,
Some people they're very aggressive. Some people are just
but see, that's where people should know their limits. Okay.
Well, you should know that some people
don't care.
They don't care. Yeah. They don't even know their own limits.
At that point,
and they just think it's fun and funny. When sometimes it's not at all.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I don't want to say stupid. I do want to say stupid, but like I don't know, like how else to like keep going with basically what I want to say. It's just like the fact that I feel like Travis should have definitely known what was gonna happen. Okay. Yes, you can't predict what the crowd is gonna do. Okay, like based off of like how they're gonna act or anything, you cannot predict that obviously because everyone just came back as I keep on saying. But like, at least the team should have interpreted before the festival actually occurring, of like the fact that that no one's really gonna be the same as they were before. No one's gonna act the same as they were before. Because the team should, well, at least in my opinion, the team of his should always interpret the worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
I think that's always in any kind of event, you gotta interpret the worst case scenario.
Which I don't believe they ever did.
Especially because it's an event that it's not like you're in Madison Square Garden or the Prudential Center where it's like a set amount of people that can be there.
Max.
Versus this is an outdoor event. Anybody.
Exactly.
As much people can go, anyone can go.
Stop myself. Anyone can come to the festival basically at that point.
So they should,
were there tickets for the festival? Did you have to buy or no?
Probably. Yeah, they're like wristbands. Yeah. They're like wristbands.
So, but still, there's a set amount, but obviously it was much more than what the stadium of like Madison Square Garden would basically have.
Outside, you can fit more people, hands down.
Obviously, yeah.
Versus inside.
And then on top of that, it's probably easier to sneak in on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which he stated in previous ones where...
He probably made the fences probably 3 foot tall.
So or maybe, purposely more people even came. They maybe were overcapped.
They had like rides and stuff, no?
I don't know.
I thought I saw like they had like rides or something, and then they had the stages for the performers, because it wasn't just Travis Scott performing that day. There was like other people.
I think.
But it got crazy that all this stuff happened once he went on stage.
I didn't know anything about this festival until the day that it actually happened.
Astroworld Festival ever.
No, I've heard of Astroworld, yes.
No, I've never heard of the festival.
I've heard of the festival, yes, but I thought there was supposed to be one like last year, like 2 years ago, whatever.
There probably was.
But then I never heard anything about it ever again until this actually happened. And then as soon as I heard that, this is actually going to transition us into the next thing. Mm-hmm. As soon as I heard that, basically of like what the tragedy that actually occurred, okay, it's just like the police are working with Travis Scott. All these things, but nothing basically along the words, but along like this same trajectory of like basically canceling him. Okay? How come? Because let's just go to David Dobrik, because that's the one that I know the most. He was linked with the people of like that actually had that were accused of sexual assault. Okay, he was linked with. He wasn't the one actually accused of this, but he was linked with. And so basically, he was like, people were blaming him for the fact of allowing it to happen. Yeah. Okay, so he was canceled off of that. There's definitely a bunch more different celebrities that are actually the same thing. I actually have another example. Alec Baldwin. Okay, he killed a person on set. He was canceled. Okay, he didn't technically kill a person.
The prop gun was real.
The prop gun was actually real. It had an actual bullet in it, and ended up killing someone. He didn't know that, but he was linked to it. Okay, Travis Scott. You know him. Everyone knows him as Astroworld because of his albums, because of like all of his merch and everything. How come he's not getting canceled for this? Which makes no sense to me. That's where I'm just like, I don't know. My head is actually blown to the fact of like, what the hell is happening? Cancel culture is mainly focused at most certain people, topics. But some people are
exempt
from it, excluded from it.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
It's like it's like as if like since it doesn't personally affect them, then it's like, oh, I don't need to cancel them kind of thing. Yeah.
Maybe like I don't know, maybe someone likes that they're in the eye of the public. I really don't know what's behind that, you know?
Yeah, I don't really know what's behind the cancel culture.
It genuinely to me makes no sense because like as you're saying, like it doesn't affect them, okay? Then how come Alec Baldwin, okay?
Yeah.
He shot. He didn't shoot and kill anyone, but his prop gun did for his movie,
which someone gave him, which should have been fake.
But then that still affected no one but that person that passed away. Like God bless her soul, yes. Right. But still, it didn't affect her, or it only affected her and her family.
Yeah.
Or anyone like around her family. Okay, your friends and family. But didn't affect anyone else, but he still got canceled.
Yeah, but on his case, for example, couldn't they put the blame on the director or the guy in charge of the props? They could have put the blame on someone else, but like, why didn't they? I have no idea.
Because they're going for the celebrities.
Yeah, because he fired the firearm. That's pretty much it. But like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think he was the one that fired the firearm.
I think he was.
He was? I'm not entirely sure, honestly.
100%,
I also feel like with cancel culture, a lot of the time, like
it's very subjective.
It's so like people. There's this whole point where from this time period to this time period, like this person's canceled, but then eventually as time goes on, like everybody forgets about it, kind of thing.
Yes,
true.
And it's I don't know.
Same thing like the whole Gabby Petito case. They were saying it was a cover up for like the tsunami. You ever heard about the tsunami?
No.
So there's a tsunami. I think there's a volcano in Spain. Don't quote me, but I think there's a volcano in Spain that erupted, and all the lava is going into the ocean. So it's cooling off and like freezing. So it's making like a shelf.
Okay.
And that shelf's floating on the ocean. And they're saying once it gets heavy enough, it'll snap off and cause a tsunami for the whole east coast of the U.S. And that's
so it's on the east coast. Okay.
That's like 1,500 miles away, but it's on the other side of the Atlantic.
But see, that's where like the wave actually ends up like gaining speed, gaining.
So they're saying that this was supposed to happen last Friday, but they didn't know. But who knows?
No one's a time.
So they're saying like that whole story was a cover up, so no one else. So it wasn't in the public eye, you get me? Like, this was in the public eye. Oh, everyone was worried about this, but this is going on in the background, which no one heard about.
Well, there's a bunch of things just like that. There's like... I don't want to get into this today, but I just want to state it. I don't want to get into this today, but this isn't something else that I do want to state. Like, as you were saying, there's a lot of things going on in the background.
Yeah, similar.
There's like the QAnon. I don't want to get into that because it's a whole entire different topic. Okay?
We'll talk about it in another episode.
But basically, there's like things like that. If you do search up the QAnon, just be ready. There's a very decent amount of information to like get into your head, to cram into your head. But like as I was saying, like, there is very much a very good amount of information, a very good amount of anything that can. I keep on stopping myself. I'm happy. But like a very good amount of information that is going beyond like the news, the media's perception. I want to say like eyes that we don't even know about.
We don't. Yeah, no, that's true.
Which is why I genuinely love the website WikiLeaks, because that's basically where you see anything. Where it's just like you don't see it on the news, you don't see it on anything. So
Stuff
it's just like,
they don't worry about.
Exactly.
Or stuff they don't want you to see.
We don't want to worry about, but obviously it is something that we do want to worry about.
But the same thing, like I feel like the platform, like TikTok itself, like that. Things blow up quickly on there.
Oh, yes.
So, like, stories come out quicker than they do on the news. But the thing is, do all of them go out? No, because some get banned. Some, like,
exactly.
You know, it's not like a free platform. Like,
it's not, no.
But
which that I don't understand, because they'll, like, take down someone's post for, like, say wearing like a sports bra
because
and
it's
shirt.
age based.
Yeah,
because
but
the
then there'll be
like
a 14-year-old girl shaking her ass and like.
Yeah, but the thing is, she says she's 18.
That's why I always check the account before I do anything.
Yeah. No, because like they do it because I think legally you're allowed to be 12 years old, right? 10 or 12.
I don't think even 12-year-old shaking her ass on the internet.
Make an account on TikTok, so everyone's seeing it. It's not like. Oh, like you're 12, but you know we're only gonna send you these people's age groups.
No, and in today's day and age, you can genuinely make a 12-year-old look like they're 21,
exactly.
18.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if they put in their bio or lie about their age, and like you can't do anything about that.
When we were younger, Facebook. When we made our own
MySpace.
Facebook account.
Let's go back to MySpace.
Yeah, but like when you would make your account, you say that you're like we're born, and you're like 26-year-old or 26 years old. Meanwhile, you're like 13.
So you would have the account.
That's true.
I mean, kids are doing the same thing right now.
But I only did that just to get to games wise. I never did that on like what's it called, like on like Facebook, MySpace.
Yeah, no, but at the time, like you weren't allowed to go on that account unless you were said age.
Until you were 18. Most of the pages were 18. Okay, so I would make it so like I'm 19. Well, like
exactly.
I
would
would
change your age. That's what kids are doing now. I think legally you're allowed to be 12 on TikTok, and you know there's obviously kids either younger or older than that, and
obviously
it falls
under
different categories. Yeah, it falls under different categories. You get me?
Yes.
And I feel like that really changes the whole aspect of like information getting out, because it's not really a free platform. Like you do have freedom of speech, but like you're cut off at a certain point. You get me?
I don't think there's freedom at all.
No, probably not. But like,
there really is no freedom.
The way of them banning you and like banning your account or like shutting you down, that's the reason, because they don't want you to go. You get me? Like they're limiting you to.
I have multiple reasons. Okay. So freedom of speech, no, it's not there.
Yeah.
Freedom of content, there's nothing there. There's no freedom at all on any of these media pages. Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yes, on Instagram you can post a picture. Okay, but pictures that you can't post, nudity. Okay, obviously,
Banned.
you're not gonna post it. Well, at least I don't think you are. You're not gonna post it. But obviously, if you could post it, there's freedom. Okay, yes, that's freedom right there. You can post anything then. Okay. Twitter wise,
when someone reports it.
Twitter, you used to be able to, but same exact thing. You can still report it. You'll get taken down. Everything.
I feel Twitter's probably the most lenient platform out of all of them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Twitter is definitely the most lenient, but to a certain extent. Because
it's for everything.
Obviously, if we look at our last president, Donald Trump, there's no more Twitter account.
Do you know what he's doing?
He's making his own website, his own media account.
DWAC is on stocks.
But I definitely, honestly, that's probably going to be the best one out of them all.
He's making his own
because at that
social media platform.
His social media platform is probably going to be the most free out of them all.
That's his plan.
Which honestly,
so you can say whatever you want and not get punished or removed or whatever.
But still, at that same exact point, okay, anyone can take a screenshot off of that application, off of that social media site, and post it anywhere else, and then get you canceled.
But I feel like even if for that platform, let's say he does that, you still have to have a limitation of what you can show.
That's in today's day and age.
Let's say we're normal people here, right? But let's say there's a serial killer out there and like posting all his kills on there. You get me?
Well, obviously,
there's like a line you can't cross.
Yes.
You get me?
It's a very slim line, but there is a line that you cannot cross.
You could be more vocally open, I guess. You get me? You can get your word out there, or like whatever you want to do. Like more free in that case, but everything else.
Yeah, but it's like you also shouldn't be like on the internet. Like even though it's a free space, like you shouldn't be on the internet talking about races or people in a certain type of way or like things like that. Like have common sense. Like don't do that.
No, obviously, but the fact that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything ended up removing the president of the United States at the moment from all of their platforms. Genuinely provides us information of the fact that there really is no freedom.
Exactly. Okay? Why? Like why would you do that?
The most powerful person in this country, okay, you remove them from your media. Why?
Yeah.
Because he was stating facts. Because he was saying something you guys didn't like. Okay, then how can you remove them?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
You know, he could have counteracted that because we live in the U.S. All these social media platforms are based out of the U.S. Like some are China now. Like they do it on
TikTok.
purpose. But let's say he says one day, and he's like a what's it called? I don't even know the term. But let's say he wants to shut down all social media platforms. And one day he's like, all right, we're doing it. That's it. It's against the law now. He made a new law. Boom, signed off.
North Korea.
Yeah, he does that. He could do that.
He could. Easily.
He can. And how would you feel at that point?
Not easily.
I know, but it's an option. You get me?
It is an option, but I feel like it will very, very much get vetoed in the Senate.
They could do that, but
Congress.
Why would you take your own president off everything?
Like, it makes no
what
sense.
does he have to say that will really offend you?
It's not
like,
even...
it's like he could say something stupid, but like I could say the same thing on my page and it'll get...
It's not even offending wise. It's the fact that there were so many conspiracies around him, okay? That the fact that people were actually just going against him. But, like, I don't see why they actually had to remove him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remove him from the
It was
website.
the weirdest thing that could possibly happen.
Nat, do you have any opinions about this or no?
Honestly, I didn't know about any of that stuff.
You really didn't know?
I'm honestly not the kind of person who's, like...
Political?
I'm definitely not political at all whatsoever.
Well, I'm not either, but like I stay up to date with
like I know some information about it.
But I just don't.
Yes,
I
obviously.
just anything to do with politics is just a topic I just don't talk about.
Don't talk about.
Well, obviously, I only talk about that whenever
I don't even
needs
know
to be
anything
talked
about
about.
it.
Yeah. How did we go from Travis Scott all the way to Trump?
I don't know.
All right, so I was thinking. So, what do you think happened during the concert?
The concert
Like
itself?
what happened to all these people that happened?
Okay. So I'm gonna start off with Travis first. Okay, I'm gonna go off of what my point of view is. What basically I do know. I'm gonna start off with Travis Scott. Then I'm gonna go over to the crowd. Okay.
All right.
So Travis, he was performing as usual. Okay. Obviously, I don't know if this is when it started, but basically whenever he did start, this is like my opinion. This is what I'm guessing because I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know anything really. But he started his part of the show, okay? People were trying to get closer. People start getting closer and closer, more cramped up. Some people are claustrophobic, okay?
Exactly. Yep, that's true.
And either they're claustrophobic or they were actually getting squished to the point where they can't breathe.
Yeah, because
they're so small.
Overpacked or whatever.
Overpacked, everything. So they ended up passing out. And then at that point... No one's looking down. Everyone's looking up at the artist because they're idealizing them as gods.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep on going back to that, honestly.
Okay.
And so no one's looking at them, and so they just keep on stepping on them until the point basically where they're like, as you were saying before, where Travis said, "Beat that kid up because he stole my shoe." Yeah. They're basically almost killing them. Yeah. Okay, because they don't realize that they're there.
Yeah. They don't.
So that's my point of view for Travis's. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's also the crowd's as well, kind of. But the crowd, okay, I would say that
it was focused on him.
It was focused on him, as I was saying. But the fact that they paid money to see him. Yeah. Okay, I can see one reason why. Okay, you want to stare at him. Okay. But still, the fact of your like human like fight or flight responses should still be there. You should still notice like okay, like you're stepping, you're walking forward, you notice something weird, like you're gonna look down, obviously.
Yeah.
You're gonna look down, you're gonna see, okay, what the fuck am I stepping on? Like,
what are you doing?
did I just step in water? Did I just step in mud? Did I step in grass? Did I step in this? You look down and you see a human body, human part of like their body.
Yeah.
Do you really like? Does the crowd really just go like, she'll be okay?
Yeah.
Or like the mind should automatically be like, holy fuck, what the fuck did I just step on?
Yeah.
Get her up right now. If she's not fucking moving, I don't care what the fuck. Like, everyone move out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, you should be trying to save her life.
Apparently, they were so like tightly packed that there were some people that couldn't even like move their head. That's how packed they were, like towards the front section. There was a TikTok, and there was this woman that was her and her husband or whatever that were there, and she was saying how like she couldn't even look over to the side to like look at her husband. That's how like close, like everybody just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Yeah. She made her and her husband made their way out, and she is a nurse, so she saw someone on the ground. She saw no one was around the body. She checked the pulse. Yeah. No pulse. And I don't honestly remember the video to a T, but I don't believe that there was a pulse in the video. And she was going to look for somebody to help. Like, she needs stuff to kind of help.
She doesn't have any.
She found like an EMT or someone there, like that's a medic, and they said like they don't have enough people like to help this crowd. So like she's like, oh, I'm a nurse, like so she helped. She's if it was one person, then it was another person, and there was another person, and there was another person, and it was like, whoa, like
that's wild.
So I think that TikTok video and that like reminiscing, I think he did say that there was a fact of like maybe 1 to 2 to 300 people, like medics, per 50,000 people. That's not possible. That's not possible.
That's a crazy ratio.
That's not possible at all.
No.
Like, it makes no sense.
But the thing is, if you like, based off every concert, nothing happened. Let's say minor scratches, bruises, whatever.
Okay, yes.
You gotta be like, it's like, why have that much medics around? I mean, it's always a great idea, but
obviously, if you see the fact that there are two very immensely famous celebrities
on one stage
at the same exact time, and the fact that, okay, what is it? I want to search this up right now. Actually, I don't care. We go back to Instagram right now. Okay, we go to Travis Scott. Travis Scott. He has 43.9 million followers. Okay. Then we go to Champagne Poppy, who has 95 million followers. Okay.
It's 130 something.
Exactly.
140.
Okay, yeah, and then you guys are only allowing 50,000 people inside your attendance.
Bro, bullshit. You know that a solid, at minimum, 5 to 10% of that attendance right there are diehard fans of each of those artists. Yeah, exactly.
And at that point, they're gonna stop at nothing to
get there.
Be as close to them as possible.
As close as them. To smell the same air as them, because you know how stupid some people are. Okay?
You're not
it's
wrong.
like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you should have already like theorized this like beforehand, that the fact that something like this was gonna happen. Okay, like obviously in a festival you really can't do anything.
You can't.
But you gotta think about it. When festivals, 9 times out of 10, the people are pushing to get closer and closer and closer. Once all the different people come out, this person comes out closer and closer and closer.
Yes.
So imagine 50,000 people pushing towards the front.
That's what they should have thought about, but they didn't, because I guess they don't have brains.
Or they didn't have enough security. Where was security?
Security?
I don't think you have enough much security.
They couldn't even call them on the radios, on the walkie-talkies, because the music was so loud. That's what the medic was saying. But then again,
but still, security can see.
But you can't text them because you don't have phone signal. So it's like
you can't text, you can't call, you can't do anything. But then again, at the third part of that TikTok video, he did end up saying that when he went back to the first lady that he was supposed to go back to, finally there was 2 security guards and the medic there. Okay, on a bodyboard. Okay. Mm-hmm. Went back to the second one, same exact thing, 2 or 3 security guards with a bodyboard. Okay, trying to still revive them. The third one, I think 1 or 2 security guards with a bodyboard. Still trying to revive them. He said that was within a span of I think 30 to 45 minutes, he saw 3 or 4 bodies. Imagine when he saw the rest of the night that he's not even talking about. Imagine what the rest of the medics actually saw.
I know.
The night. Okay?
That's just one
But I'm
person.
saying, like,
That was just one person.
But
300
if you're assuming a security guard's job is to pretty much watch the stage, make sure nobody's, doing crazy shit, trying to hop on stage, whatever. But clearly, we all saw that there's multiple teens that hopped up on the stage trying to get someone's attention.
Security really wasn't there if you think about it.
So where was security then when someone was hopping right up by the stage by the cameraman? Where was security then?
They were dealing with all 49,999,000 people.
In an event that's so large, you need a lot of
more
security.
Yeah.
Which means,
especially if you know the artist, always has a turn up,
exactly. It's just like,
I don't know.
What the hell? Like, what were they thinking when they were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were trying to make the event. They were trying to, what's the word?
Like the production of it?
Production of the event. Okay, so they were trying to they were trying to make the event, trying to product it, of course. Yeah. They're trying to advertise it, trying to do everything.
Everything, yeah.
Okay, they found the venue. They found the park, wherever it was.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Okay. Then they thought to themselves, okay, 50,000 people, that should be enough. Okay, that's probably enough, for his expenses of the last 2 years. Honestly,
I think a lot of it is like a money thing. I'm not going to hire this many people because that's
so much money.
Exactly. That's
those tickets were probably at least.
It's called Astroworld. Most of it's going to Travis. The rest of it's going to the other artists. Some of it's going to the
people
actual
who work
workers.
there, whatever. But
I feel bad.
The less people they gotta pay.
I'm saying
the more
probably
money goes in the market.
Yeah.
Probably 5 or 10% is actually going to the people that actually work there.
Probably.
The rest is going to artists.
Yeah,
I'm calling it.
No, for sure. But let's say they pay $200 a ticket or whatever it is. It's probably more, to be honest.
So it's supposed to be a 2-day thing, but they canceled the second day because of what happened.
The first
thankfully.
day. Yeah. So let's say you got $200, 50,000 people. That's a lot of money, bro.
$200, 50,000 people.
That's a lot.
Let's do some quick maths.
What is that? That's like 2 mil.
200 times.
No, more.
50.
2 mil.
Whoa, what's happening? Okay.
2 million.
Oh, my Ep.6.
I'm not a mathematician. I'm an esthetician.
It is 10 million.
10 mil.
10 mil.
In tickets.
10 million just tickets alone. They're not even counting all the venues, all the people that are buying things there, all the alcohol probably sold. Who knows? There's probably even Bud being sold there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I think Bud's the least of your concerns, to be honest.
There's probably some
this
other
is Texas. I don't know if it's legal in Texas, so I don't know if they were.
When has legality ever stopped anybody?
Yeah. No. So the thing is, what I've seen on TikTok, I've seen people get shots injected in them from this concert.
Well, I've heard fentanyl. I've heard fentanyl.
Yeah, apparently the cameraman too. They got injected.
Yeah, they got injected with something. I heard that, and then I saw a TikTok of the actual one of the actual people that died, and it looked like he was hallucinating, like he was lost. Like literally, they were giving him water. He was red. They were pouring water all over him to cool his body temp down. And this guy was literally hallucinating in the music.
Who made him? Maybe he was dehydrated.
I don't know.
Well, they were giving him water. They're pouring water on him.
You can't get out of. If you're in a mosh pit, you can't get out of there.
Yeah, so
it's probably so hard to get out of there.
He had literally all his friends around him. They were pouring water bottles all over him. He was drinking water. And he was literally hallucinating. And then I saw another TikTok about it where, what was it? Some other concert 20 years ago. It was Fire Phase or something like that.
Firefly?
I don't remember no, it wasn't Firefly. I gotta look the name up. But literally, what's it called? So there was eight people that died at that concert too.
Yeah.
And that's why the number 8 with the eyes on the shirt of that concert, Travis had the same exact shirt on with the 8 and the eye. And when you look at the show when he came on, it was all red, the 8. So it was the 8, and it was the eye popped up, and the 8 flames popped up. So it was based off the people that died, and literally 8 people died. And everything adds up to exactly what happened 20 years ago. So they're blaming it as another conspiracy based off something else.
Sounds like one.
But there's conspiracies, for days about this stuff. But like, I really don't know what happened. Like, is he believing in somebody else? That this is going on? Like, so it's very mind blowing. But the actual name of the concert is called Pearl Jam. If anyone wants to do some research on it, look into it, be my guest. But we're going to end those conspiracies on that. And now, what do you think?
To me, it makes no sense. So I'm going to keep on going back to this. The fact of like Travis actually handled this. He could have handled this so much more. So like...
So differently.
We were just talking about how the different examples.
Different artists,
so
yeah.
Do you want to go into that?
So I saw, of course, so much more TikToks like today, based off, I guess, this situation that happened. People that were going on tour or doing shows, they were saying like to their fans, like, all right, so keep an eye on the person to your left, to your right. Tell them, all right, I got you. If you're doing drugs or anything, don't worry. Just make sure that you got that individually, that you keep an eye on them, make sure nothing happens to them. But like, to me, that's a lot of respect from the artist. I don't know if they did this in spite of, what happened the other day, but to me, that's a lot of respect because like the artist itself, he gave you a message. If you listen to it or not, I don't know if it's like based off, lawsuits or whatever further on down the road, but like, I have a lot of respect for that because like, you physically care about your audience, your fans, everybody,
Exactly.
You want people to go home safely to their kids, their parents, whatever, You want people to go home safely, get out of here, Which that's really great to see artists actually doing similar messages to that.
Of course, because those. If you think about it, your fans make you. Put you in the position that you are now. Put
they're
you
the
in
ones
that
that give you
success.
money.
Exactly.
They're the reason that you're successful. Yeah. So like, I don't understand how you can't be appreciative or appreciate. Some people literally do not appreciate their fans, and like
that's true.
Like you just want to. If you're performing, you don't want anybody to get hurt on your watch.
No.
But so the fact that basically, as like you were saying with like those other artists, they were still acknowledging the fact that people were actually like using drugs, using like illegal narcotics.
Obviously,
like,
obviously,
happens,
state area, whatever.
But they're acknowledging the fact that it is actually happening. Okay, they know the risks that these people are taking because obviously everyone knows what like some drugs can actually do to people. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're acknowledging the risks of like what these people are taking. Travis never did that. Like he knows like the amount of people that like
are on something.
The amount of people that are actually probably smoking way too much than they should be. Like as we were talking about before, like
it could be literally any drug
drinking
possible.
way too much, drinking way too much to like
that they
over
can't
the limits.
control themselves. Yeah.
Exactly. Like he should obviously acknowledge the fact that people are doing that because they are on quote unquote vacation, okay,
or whatever.
Like he should already know that. Expect that that's going to happen.
Expect it, yes.
That people are doing that.
But he never expected it. So that's basically where it really messed everything up. It but basically created this whole entire disaster on himself.
This ended up so bad, bro.
I understand things get you when you're in a moment. Things get fun, whatever. But like you still need to like watch. You need to. People get crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure, like, all right, like, we're here to have fun, but if you're this event, there's this one thing I saw. The guy on the mic was like, oh, this event is going to happen based off of how you guys act. So if you guys act crazy, the event is done. Think about it as an assembly in school. Yeah. The principal or whatever is like, oh, if you guys act crazy, then this event is done. If you guys are, on your best behavior, then it's going to keep going.
Yes.
So you got to be on your best behavior. Like, but you can't.
Concerts, it's different.
The concerts is different, but still, once people are not are acting rowdy or they're doing all this crazy ass shit, you need to be like, all right, stop. Like you're doing too much.
Calm them down a little bit.
Calm them down and be like, all right, we can keep this going as long as you guys like chill out.
Exactly. Yeah. But so I'm gonna go back to the fact that like Travis didn't acknowledge anything. Okay. The way that like I'm thinking about it. Okay. Since he didn't acknowledge it. He didn't acknowledge the fact that people were using drugs, people were drinking alcohol, whatever it may be, okay? And like he definitely did hear in his like during his time while he was on stage, he definitely did hear like something was actually happening.
But even in his headphone, like you don't get messages from other staff members. Like
no, not like he didn't hear messages because you can't because you're singing. Like if someone else starts talking,
I feel like
you
they could interrupt after they wanted to.
No, the fact
they have like a mic in their ear though.
They do, yeah.
No, they don't have. They don't have microphones. They have earbuds.
That's what I mean.
They can't hear themselves because on the speakers with them being so loud, so
they don't know where they're at.
So they don't hurt their own hearing.
But they can't.
But they don't care about anyone else's.
But they can't hear what if anybody's like telling to you.
But still, the fact that like he could have noticed like what is happening with the ambulance coming. Okay, there's some people like trying to get on top of the cameras. Like there's people on the stage trying to stop him. Okay, he could have like realized. Okay, something's happening. Okay, whatever.
Take a pause.
But still, he chose to finish. He idealized himself basically as a god. Mm-hmm. He's putting himself above others. Okay, like yes, I get the fact that people did pay to see you. At a show, see you at a concert, at a festival, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, you want to give them a good show. Okay, but still, at that point, you're putting yourself, like your own show, over the lives of other people. Yeah. And you're causing the devastation that did actually happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe it's, even though I did say this before, it was 60, 75%. I honestly believe it's more. To be honest, I feel like it's 80, 85, 90%.
No,
his
like,
fault.
He could have stopped it. Like you're the person with the mic.
All of it. Yeah. You could have stopped all of it.
No, but you're the person with the mic.
Yeah, you're the guy in charge.
So would you say cut it out? Like let's cut it. Let's cut the music. Cut the show. Like
you're on the speaker.
Everyone's gonna stop.
That everyone's hearing.
Yeah, everyone's listening to you. So you have the mic in your hand. You be like cut the show. Cut the music. Let's get this situated. And then from there on, move forward or whatever.
People pay you for the show, but they also pay you to come home safely. Like everything is like in that bundle. You get me? Like,
exactly. Like,
it's not just I'm here for a good time, and the music. No, it's like everything. Like they want to actually leave and get out of here too. Like
obviously, no, you're not acknowledging that when you're buying the ticket.
I know, but you're paying for security. You're paying for
that's what you expect.
There, yeah.
Like it's honestly like the one thing that everyone expects when you're buying tickets.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going there for a good time.
Yeah.
I'm not going there just to not come back, not ever come back, not ever go back to my family, not ever go back to my friends and family, whatever it is.
You're not expecting that.
During the show, Kendall Jenner was there, Kylie Jenner, their child, Stormy was there on the side.
Really?
And probably the nanny probably was there. Somebody was holding the kid. But like they're looking like they're not in the crowd, but they're on the side. Yeah. So they're like you can't see, but you can't see. Like
blinded.
I don't like they see Travis all the time.
At that point, they're spectators. They really can't do anything. But obviously, yes, they could tell someone.
They could have gotten up and be like, "Yo,"
because there's definitely team members there from
they
Travis's
got security
squad.
around them.
Exactly. Yeah. They could have easily told someone, but still, the fact that.
But I feel like even like a higher official, let's say person in charge of the event, not even like him. He's playing the event. Say a person in charge, you couldn't like cut the speakers off or like do something about that. Like I know he's paying for the gig, but like you get me?
People's lives are more important than a freaking concert or than your music.
Like someone else could have done it, but the thing is, we see it as like this. Maybe God knows, maybe he didn't see anything, but he definitely did because
that's what he's saying. He didn't see anything. He didn't even
see different angles of these cameras and everything. Like if you're going up to a camera person, like you're going on their camera tower, like he doesn't notice the camera's going like crazy. Or, like, I don't know. Like, are you like in your own world? Like what's going on?
Maybe, but like he claims that he didn't see anything. Like, he didn't notice anything. He didn't see anything.
It's such bullshit.
He found out everything happened like after the show.
Yeah. No, it's bullshit.
You don't see shit.
But when you cut the music and you're done with the show, like you're crap. I don't know.
I forgot what I saw another person. Artist said the same thing. I forgot. I don't know. Maybe it was Juice, but it was like a playback or something. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Juice. And he was having a concert and everything, and he saw someone pass out in front of him or whatever. Or maybe it was Post. I don't know. It was one of them. And he literally saw someone pass out in the front row right in front of him. He literally killed the music, told him, all right, let's get a medic right here. Someone passed out right here.
Exactly.
Everyone keep an eye. And the medics pop up. He's like, all right, back into it. Like, there's nothing you can do there.
The only
but,
thing is the difference to the fact that he actually saw
it. Yeah, because
we don't
right
know
there.
that Travis did see them.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously, you see the ambulance.
Yeah.
Okay,
You see something going on.
You see the ambulance. You see the red and blue lights.
Yeah.
Obviously, Travis should have been like, okay, everyone move out of the way. Okay.
Yeah.
He could have done that easily. Easily. But no, he told everyone, put your hands up in the air.
Didn't he go on like this podium thing? You know, those with the concert that makes you like rise up. He was like on top of this thing, and like in the video, you're looking over the crowd. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not that high up in the air to be like everybody's like a little thing.
Even if I'm on your stage, I feel like you get a better vision than
easily
people on the ground.
100%.
Like if you're in like a bigger inside event, like if you go to a concert, when you look around, you just see people's phones.
Yeah.
You just see that flashlight. But if you think about it, if you're outside, you just see people. I don't really think you're just gonna.
No.
Most people don't have the flashlight.
Even there, nobody's gonna have their flashlight. They're like this.
They're gonna have their phone out. Yes, the recording. Yeah. But still, like
it's not
you're
like
gonna
an Ulta festival or something.
Everyone's like faces.
Right.
Which is weird. Just
that's
like
weird. But like he could have literally like stopped. Like let's say even if it wasn't mid song, he would stop at the end of the song. It's like, all right, what's going on? And I see an ambulance. Like someone catch me up. Boom, get back. Like there's so much ways of avoiding what happened.
Yes.
Then.
But you're telling me you don't interact with your fans when you're performing? Most performers, they interact with those in the front row.
And those are the best
concerts. Bring their hands out. They'll look in the. I mean,
they're the guys paying the big
at their
bucks,
phone while they're recording, and they'll like look straight at them.
Yeah.
I mean, most performers, I feel like that's what they do.
I mean, I feel like that's their actual job at that point too, to entertain.
You're there to entertain and interact.
Mainly the VIP front row section. You know, you gotta.
And so that's why those people pay so much money, so they can touch you, be like interact with you.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a crazy event, which never should have happened to begin with, but
it was really bad tragedy.
I hope it never happens again.
Yeah, I hope I hope people learn from it.
I don't know. As of right now, people are like, people learn from it, like on different concerts coming up, like.
And they do stuff to prevent that stuff from happening, because it really could have been prevented. Those deaths, they could have been prevented.
A good amount of them, yes.
Yeah. Yes, and it's just really sad.
A life is priceless, so fucking taking 8 lives, yo. That's crazy.
And the fact that he was, like, some people were even saying that he was laughing in his apology. I didn't see that.
I heard about that.
But
I don't know. But
so the fact that he was laughing at it,
there's nothing.
I get people.
He should definitely be canceled.
Yeah, I get people like when they deal with like.
I hate the cancel culture, but that's the one person right now that I generally like. I've never wanted anyone canceled. I've never wanted anyone canceled before, but he's the only person that I generally want canceled.
Right. I get like certain people, like when it comes to uncomfortable situations, where their first reaction is to laugh, not because of the situation itself. It's just because of the nervousness. You laugh or you just, like for me, like when I'm uncomfortable and I'm put in a comfortable situation, I'll smile. I obviously am not smiling at what's going on. It's just I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, you don't know what to do. Yeah,
but still, the fact that it was his Instagram. He's the one that posted it. Okay, he could have taken multiple tries, multiple different films of multiple different videos of him doing this, and every single one that he picked, well, out of all the ones that he probably did pick, was the one that he was laughing or smiling at.
Yeah, like he could look more presentable,
exactly,
like, as like a public figure.
He took it. I remember seeing the video. He took it on a balcony of probably a hotel room, probably down in the Caribbean, somewhere like tropical.
He wasn't even in the country probably no more
at that point.
Yeah. And majority of the time, like their apologies, they don't write themselves. Someone writes it for them.
Yeah. Exactly.
So their PR people are really writing for them.
It's a skit.
I saw Kim Kardashian. I think it was today that she posted it like about that situation. She was like, they basically just like rest in peace to those who passed away at the event and stuff like that. But still,
the whole situation, I don't know.
It's just
mind blowing.
The fact that most of this could have been resolved, not resolved, but it could have been avoided.
It
just
could
like
have been
is the fact that it was prevented.
Yeah,
is the fact that just like. What the hell?
At least
why didn't you just do it?
At least like minimize it to like
common
one person.
sense for most of the things that he could have done to avoid it, to prevent it. It's common sense. Yeah. But the fact that he didn't do it because he has no common sense, he doesn't know anything. It's just like what the hell?
I blame him for it because it could have been avoided. Literally, that video of that damn ambulance just speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's an ambulance.
And that was like from up front.
All right, 2 hands high up in the air. Like what?
Back, like it was.
Like literally, he paused and then it's like 2 hands in the air. 2 hands in the air for what? Stop. You see, there's everybody like surrounding the ambulance.
I don't know if that was like intentional, but maybe he was like trying to like block the view. So I don't know. You get me? Like you could put so much to it, but
it's not like
he was definitely
there was a light
fairly highly at fault.
The cart. There was a light on the cart.
Blue, red, blue,
you
red.
say it's an ambulance. People are surrounding this damn thing.
Yeah.
You can't get through clearly.
Help
them out.
The guy literally paid to come here, and you treating him like
but shit. These are people that literally idolize you.
Yeah.
And you're treating them like they're rats on the street.
Yeah, nothing.
It's so stupid, honestly, in my opinion. It should not have happened.
It should have not happened, no.
So.
At all, whatsoever.
No, that's
and on that point, I think we're just going to end it here.
I think we are.
We'll leave you guys with the minds of what could have happened, what couldn't have happened, what you guys think of what a celebrity is, as we were talking about at the beginning.
Whoever you idolize. We'll definitely have Nat back.
Definitely.
Maybe next season. We'll see.
Let's see
if I make the cut.
Good topic.
Yeah.
And on that point, have a good night.
Like Spot.
Have a good day, too. Good night. Peace.